Welcome back to the CryptoBot channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, an important signal just confirmed on the daily Bitcoin chart, while Ethereum is running into short-term resistance, which I'll talk about later in the video, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the 4-day Bitcoin chart. And as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is currently running into this important horizontal level of resistance, which is sitting at approximately 30.5K if you're going off the 4-day candle closes. And so what this means is that right now, the Bitcoin price has finally completed the formation phase for this giant cup and handle pattern. Obviously, we have a cup, and now the handle has completed the formation phase. But with that being said, this pattern is not yet confirmed. It is not yet in play, because for that we need to see a confirmed breakout well above around 30.5K with at least a 4-day candle close, ideally a weekly candle close above 30.5K in order to confirm this breakout and set up a massive bullish price target. But either way, at least for now, even though the price of Bitcoin has not yet confirmed a breakout above this resistance, as of right now, we are still within a larger bullish trend on the larger time frames here. As you can see in the super trend indicator here on the 4-day time frame, this is still sitting in the green, as it has been since pretty much the very beginning of this year, which once again, as I've been saying since the beginning of this year, means we are still within a larger bullish trend, also known as a bull run. But obviously within a larger bullish trend, we can experience some shorter term bearish trends from time to time. So it's not only bullish price action, it's simply more bullish than bearish on the larger scale. But anyway, if you're taking a look at the daily Bitcoin chart, as you can see, once again, the price of Bitcoin is running into the high end of this area of resistance, which goes up towards around 30,500. And once again, that's based on the daily candle closes. But if you're looking at the top of this candle wick, the actual high that we saw back in around mid-April, obviously that was closer towards 31,000 if you want to be more precise about that resistance. So basically, this is definitely an important test for the price of Bitcoin right now, as we are running into around 30,500, close to 31,000. And if we do see a confirmed breakout above that resistance, we could end up seeing quite the volatile move to the upside, considering this has been significant resistance for the price of Bitcoin for well over a year now. And obviously, for those of you who have been around in crypto since 2021, you would know that this level right here was also massive support during around mid-2021, which creates even more significance around this level at around 30 to 31,000. And now, obviously, considering the fact that we have not yet seen a confirmed breakout above this resistance, this obviously means it's still possible we could end up seeing a rejection, or at least some sort of consolidation before a breakout later on. And this could be a likely scenario, at least in the shorter term, due to the fact that the daily Bitcoin RSI is currently in overbought territories. And in fact, we've already confirmed this with one daily candle close, confirming the fact that the RSI on the daily time frame is currently in overbought territories. And typically when we see this happen, it basically means we have very limited room to the upside, at least in the shorter term, because obviously, as you can see on the chart in the past, when we've seen the daily Bitcoin RSI enter into overbought territories, it usually means that some sort of high is getting very close, or we're already at the high. And so it basically means we're either in for some sideways price action, like what we saw just here, before continuing higher later on, or perhaps a pullback before continuing higher later on, considering as of right now, we're still within that larger multi-month long bullish trend. And so once again, this simply means that we could be in for some sideways price action, or perhaps a bit of a pullback in the shorter term, as in over the next few days, perhaps over the next 1 week or so, because that can help to cool off the RSI back down towards more neutral levels, which can actually give us some more room to the upside later on. And now, if you're wondering where I personally would be targeting for the price of Bitcoin if we actually see a confirmed breakout above this resistance close to 31,000, then in that case, upon a confirmed confirmed breakout above that level, which is also a Fibonacci extension, then in that case, I'd simply be looking towards the next Fibonacci extension, which is the 3618 Fibonacci extension, sitting at approximately 37,000, more specifically around 37.2k. And this is simply based on the Fibonacci retracement tool when you're looking at this tool from the November high down to the bear market low, which brings out the Fibonacci extensions. First of all, this 1618 Fibonacci extension is sitting at around 25.2k approximately, exactly where we saw this high come into play. And then the next Fibonacci extension, once again, the 2618 Fibonacci extension was the next price target in this larger bullish trend, sitting at around 31,000 approximately, which is exactly where we saw this next high come into play. And so if history were to repeat and we were to see another leg to the upside in this larger bullish trend after confirming a breakout above this level at around 31,000, then once again, the next logical target would simply be looking at the next Fibonacci extension, considering the fact that both of these previous Fibonacci extensions have been hit perfectly before experiencing the next pullback within the larger bullish trend. But once again, as I said earlier in the video, and as I also said in my last video, the price does not move in a straight line all the time, and we often see some pullbacks here and there or some consolidations before potentially continuing higher. And so considering the fact that the daily RSI is currently overbought, this is simply what I'm expecting in the short term. Once again, a short-term cool-off, either some sideways price action or potentially a slight pullback before potentially breaking above this resistance and heading up towards 37,000 later on after a bit of a cool-off in the shorter term. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and obviously over the last one day, we have now confirmed a breakout above this descending line of resistance, which was sitting at around 1820 to 1830 approximately. And as of right now, we have confirmed a daily candle close back above that level, which obviously confirms the breakout above this resistance, which is obviously a bullish signal, meaning the price of ETH has essentially broken out of that shorter term bearish trend and is now trending more bullish in the short term. But obviously this entire time, we were still within the larger bullish trend. Obviously a larger trend can be different from a shorter term trend. So basically this is a short term trend reversal, which is essentially the continuation of the larger bullish trend. And if you're looking at the daily Ethereum price oscillators, first of all, the daily Ethereum MACD is currently showing some more bullish momentum after just confirming this new bullish cross, which I also spoke about in my last video. But this has now been confirmed with a daily candle close, which is yet another bullish signal on the daily time frame in terms of the trend and momentum. And as for the daily Ethereum RSI, obviously this is continuing the bounce from those oversold territories, which I mentioned on the channel around a week ago, saying that we have very limited room to the downside and we're due to see some sort of bounce. And so obviously now that this has been playing out very well, the RSI is resetting back up towards the neutral levels. And in fact, we're heading towards overbought, but we're not there just yet for Ethereum. So technically speaking, we still have some more room to the upside for the price of ETH in comparison to what we have on Bitcoin, because once again, the daily Bitcoin RSI is already overbought, whereas the daily Ethereum RSI still has some more room to the upside. But with that being said, if you're looking at the shorter term, this is on the 6-hour ETH to US dollar chart. And right now, as I'm recording this video, the price of ETH is running into this short-term area of resistance, sitting in between around 1.9k to 1930 approximately. And once again, as I mentioned in my last video on the channel, if the price of ETH simply confirmed a breakout above that descending line of resistance at around 1830 approximately, then we were due to see a run straight up towards this next resistance, once again in between 1.9k to 1930, which is now where we're seeing the price of ETH struggle at. And as for support, if we actually see a further rejection from this area of resistance, then in that case, I would expect this previous line of resistance to now act as new support, once again at around 1830 approximately. And in a more bearish scenario, if we actually see a break back below 1830, then in that case, we also have this area, which should now act as new support in between 1750 to 1780. But obviously right now, even though the price of ETH is running into this short-term area of resistance, clearly the short-term trend and momentum is heading in the bullish direction, which basically means it's possible we could experience either a sideways consolidation or a slight pullback from this resistance before potentially continuing higher later on. And this is also because if you're looking at the 6-hour Ethereum RSI, this is currently in overbought territories, basically telling us that we have somewhat limited room to the upside in the short term, as we are also running into resistance, which once again, as I said earlier in the video for Bitcoin, means that we're likely going to see a bit of a cool off in the short term, as in potentially for the next few days. And then after we see a bit of a cool off in the price to help reset the RSI, once again, we could continue on with the bullish trend later on. And as for the next price targets and levels of resistance here in the short term, if we see a confirmed breakout above 1930, then in that case, looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool, right now we've actually seen a small rejection from the golden pocket, the most important Fibonacci area, which is in between around 1930 to 1940. But if we see a confirmed breakout above that area of resistance that we're running into right now, then in that case, we have the 78.6% Fibonacci level sitting at around 2020, which is exactly where this previous high is currently sitting at. So basically, I would next be targeting close to $2,000, more specifically just above $2,000 if we first see a confirmed breakout above around 1940. And in a much more bullish scenario, if we head higher than $2,000, then in that case, I would basically be targeting this previous high that we saw back in April, sitting closer towards around 2140. But remember, it is extremely unlikely that we head to those higher levels just in a straight line like this type of price action. It's unlikely this is going to continue for much longer. And once again, we should be expecting some sort of cool off in the short term before any more bullish price action later on. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money automatically using artificial intelligence, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money very easily in a sideways price range. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.